Hey everyone, what's up? This is Jordan from Royal Caribbean's Utopia of the Seas, the second largest cruise ship in the world. Today we're taking you on a deck-by-deck full walking ship tour. Come along, check out everything that the world's biggest weekend has to offer, and let's check out this awesome ship. We are starting our tour here on deck number 16, Utopia of the Seas. We're in the back of the ship right now. Now decks 17 and 18 are the suites areas. So that's where suites guests will stay, as well as that's where you'll find the coastal kitchen and the suites neighborhood. So the suites pool and sun deck area. We're gonna walk out into the sports zone, which is one of the neighborhoods here, but as we're walking outside, we are going past Social 100. This is the Teens Club on board. Past these doors, you've got a really cool hallway that leads to a great area for the teens to hang out. They've really beefed up the kids areas on this ship because, of course, the ultimate weekend, which is what this ship is currently being marketed as, is gonna be filled with people of all different ages. We're here today in beautiful Coco Cay, Bahamas. So a lot of the guests are off the ship today. And as we start to walk towards the sports court, we see ping pong right here. Now the ping pong tables are enclosed in these glass partitions, which is really nice, especially when the ship is moving. It gets really windy towards the back of the ship. So it's a nice area to come and play ping pong. We're walking past the basketball court now. You can see that's a nice big basketball court. And one of the things that's great is they've got these chairs kind of that go all the way around the sports court area. So if you do have kids coming up here to play basketball or soccer, you can come here and grab a chair so you can keep an eye on them. As we get towards the back of the ship, we have a couple of key items that you see on a lot of Royal Caribbean ships. The first being the flow rider right here. And right up here next to the flow rider, you do have a few tables and some chairs, some Adirondack chairs over there. Let me just take a step down here to get a good look at this flow rider. And then of course you've got the splash zone right there. So you've got those bench style seats for those that are getting ready to go on the flow rider. It's a massive flow rider, of course. It's gotta be massive. This is the second largest ship in the world currently here in 2024. You have the ultimate abyss, which is of course the tallest slide at sea. It's a dry slide, not a wet slide. So you can see the entrance right up there. For those that would like to see the rules, you can see that right here. There is a maximum weight limit of 330 pounds, but let me know in the comments if you've ever been on the ultimate abyss. You've got the wipeout bar here, which is one of many bars on board. And then we have the entrance into the Utopia Playscape. And this is definitely an area for the kids. So you can see this whole area here has places to climb, to jump, to crawl, to slide. There's a couple of dry slides here. So again, lots of places for those kids to hang out and play. You also have a lot of nice viewing points here at the very back of the ship, where you can just kind of catch beautiful views of Coco Cay. We're gonna take a walk up these steps to keep checking out deck number 16. So this little area down here was almost like deck 15 and a half, if you may. So this is the upper area of the playscape. Of course, you can see the dry slide right there. And then right off the playscape area is going to be miniature golf. Royal Caribbean really has taken their miniature golf, I think, on this ship to the next level. You've got so many fun, different sea creatures, and you've got a lot of sea life here. Of course, that octopus back there we love. And these activities that we have seen so far are all included in your cruise fare. So you can come back here, you can play golf, the kids can play on the playscape. We did walk right past the zip line, which is right across there. You can see that zip line that lands there in front of us, all included in your cruise fare. So lots of free activities that you can come and check out. There's another bar back here called Cantina Fresca. This is the margarita bar on board. So that is the closest bar to the putt-putt. If you want to get a margarita and putt-putt, I can't think of anything else to make your day more perfect. We're now walking into El Loco Fresh. This is closed right now, again, because we are at port, but this is gonna be your fast included Mexican food. Very casual, it's grab and go. So when this is open, you'll see things here like nachos, tacos, burritos, chips and salsa, a hand washing station, of course, for you to wash those hands before you eat. And then one of the last things here in the sports court neighborhood or area is gonna be the arcade. We'll pop in here and just show this really quick. But the arcade is full of a lot of brand new games. Arcades have become completely high tech. Gone are the days of pinball. You've got all of these different virtual bowling, lots of different types of games. Claw machines here. I know that claw machines are extremely popular in 2024.
You're cool, man.
So lots of games back here in the arcade. We are now on that upper deck area that can overlook the pool deck or the Lido deck, which we will get down there quickly here. But there are a couple of plunge pools up here on deck number 16 that overlook the pool area. So you can see a couple of the pools here. And then directly across from each other on either side, for the most part, these decks mirror each other. So on the other side of deck 16, everything that we walk past, you're gonna see over there. So you've got a plunge pool here in front of me. And you do see a chair there as well, a lift that will help you get in if that is something that you need. You've got a shower here, and then just loads of seating up here. Now it's easy to miss, so I'm gonna walk back here and show it. The Lime and Coconut Bar is a couple of stories tall. So there's the lower level that's down there. It's always very busy because that sits kind of in between two pools. There is another Lime and Coconut up here, right there in front of me. So you can actually come up here and there's stairs that will take you directly down to the pools. So if it is too busy down there, you can always pop up here and grab a drink. You see these casitas in front of me. These are of course for rent, so these are an extra charge. The price does differ on a port day versus a sea day. Of course, on the weekend cruises, if you're coming on Utopia of the Seas for the 3-night, you will not have a sea day, but the 4 nights do have sea days. Utopia of the Seas is doing 3 and 4 night getaways for the next couple of years, and they are calling it the biggest weekend ever. And I can say, today is day 2 of our cruise, and day 1 was already maybe the biggest day of my life. We went to 3 parties, we saw 2 shows, we ate at 3 specialty restaurants. I mean, truly, there is endless amounts of things to do. One may even say that there's too much to do. So like I said, there is seating all along the way here as well as on the opposite side. So the entirety of deck 16 has tons of loungers. If you're wanting to get some sun, this is the deck that you can do that in, and it's a little bit quieter. There's steps to get down to deck 15 right there. You can see one of the water slides right there. We're gonna walk past the water slide entrance on deck 15 as well. And then up here, there is also bathrooms. So there's a women's bathroom here directly in front of me. A men's bathroom will be on the other side, the opposite side of the ship. Let's take a walk inside. We are now at the front of the ship. So we have the forward bank of elevators right here. And off of the elevators is one of the specialty restaurants. This is Hooked. This is of course your seafood restaurant. I love the theming in here. It's one of my favorite restaurants in terms of just the style. It's a little bit more casual. It does make you feel like you're really on the East Coast, but they are shucking live oysters in here during the evening when you come in for your meal. So you will sit here, enjoy your seafood. The surf and turf is delicious in here, and we highly recommend this restaurant. You check it out on Utopia of the Seas. We are gonna hop now down to deck number 15. We have come down one deck to deck number 15. So we are here again towards the front of the ship. Now what is great is throughout the ship, they do have these screens that will give you deck maps, upcoming events. It'll tell you a little bit about the weather. So look for those because that is really nice. Here at the front, we do have the Solarium Bistro. The Solarium Bistro is an included specialty restaurant. So for the evening, they do like Greek style tapas in here, and you can actually eat in here at no cost. You have to have a reservation, but it is $0 to eat in here. During the day, breakfast and lunch on certain days or select days, they will have a buffet in here for lunch that you don't have to reserve. But it's great because if you're hanging in the Solarium, you can kind of just come in here and grab a quick bite to eat. When they do have lunch and breakfast service in here, it is the same as the Windjammer. But it's just a little bit quieter, it's a little bit nicer. There's not gonna be as many people kind of pushing their way through the buffet area. So it is a nice option for lunch or for dinner if you want something outside of the main dining room without spending a couple of extra dollars. We're gonna head back outside here and check out the Solarium. One of the first things that we're gonna see when we come out to deck number 15 is another bar, because there are quite a few bars here on Utopia at the Seas. So right out here you do have the View Bar, which is a bar that promises incredible views. It's covered with that really fun little sunroof. And then there's lots of really fun and cute seating right along the glass. So you can really just look out here and see the incredible views as you're sailing the Caribbean. We're now gonna check out the Solarium. The Solarium is of course Royal Caribbean's adults only area. And right now, and they have changed this in the last year, adults only is 18 and up. It used to be 16 and up. So this area, if you do have a family of different ages coming on board, will be for those in the 18 and up category. You got a towel station here. This towel station will be open on busier or peak times. It is closed right now because again, it's not very busy out here. And then up here, you are going to have a lot of really fun art. So you can see this octopus right here. It is an octopus with 12 legs though. So there's been some discussion on that. You've got a fun seahorse there in front of me. You are gonna have 2 hot tubs up here, as well as a pool. You've got a bar, so this is the Solarium bar. The hot tubs kind of mirror each other, so you see one in front of me and then there's one directly behind me. And this is all enclosed. I don't believe that it is air conditioned, but it is definitely cooler in here than it is outside in the open sun, I will say that. So we're gonna go down these steps and you're gonna see 2 areas that are just areas with a little bit of water. There's 4 inches of water in here with a lot of different loungers. You've got the wading pool there, which is about 3 feet deep. And then you do have a second little waiting area here with more loungers. So again, plenty of seating down here. You've got nice seating that faces the front of the ship, so you can always kind of see where you're going. And then there are bathrooms down here as well, kind of tucked behind the pool, those little pool areas, the waiting pool areas. We're gonna keep walking to get out of the Solarium area. And again, all the seating that you see up here in the Solarium is first come, first serve. So especially on a sea day, you're gonna wanna get up early if you do wanna have a nice spot at the pool. There's another one of those octopus. This octopus only has 8 legs. Something funny is going on, Royal Caribbean. You have another towel station right here that is closed at the moment. So if it is a port day, you are gonna need to go out to the main pool deck to get your towels. And then one of the last things here on my left is going to be 2 massive infinity hot tubs. So you've got hot tubs that kind of hang over the edge of the ship. Those are not new to Royal Caribbean. We've seen those on other cruise ships as well. Walking out to the main pool deck, the first thing that we have here is, of course, the water slides. So they call them the perfect storm. This is the exit for one of them. But the entrance to the water slides is directly over here. So if you see to my right, those glass doors, that is the elevator bank where we started the tour. So towards the front of the ship, the forward elevator bank, take them up to 15, come out the glass doors, and you will be able to get up to the perfect storm. 3 water slides in total here on Utopia at the Seas. We're gonna continue walking around this area. Now, the pool deck is going to be filled with multiple pools. There's 4 pools in total, as well as multiple hot tubs. So you can see right here, you've got a pool with 2 hot tubs on either side. We love the fact that the hot tubs are covered with those kind of sunshades. It's really nice. And the pool deck is super colorful. You've got these bright orange trees here. Of course, you have the big pillars of the lime and coconut that are multicolored. And then you do have seating all along the pool and the side of the ship here. Now there are 2 lime and coconut bars down here. You see one right in front of me, and this one that's kind of enclosed is going to be the smoking section. So you've got this bar in front of me, and to my left is going to be where you can smoke on the ship. I'm going to just cut right over here to show the other bar as well as the splash pad area, because there is a really nice splash pad area here for the kids. So here is the second lime and coconut bar over here. And then the kids splash pad area directly in front of me. So you got a couple of wet water slides that are miniature water slides there, as well as a lot of different fun things for the kids to do. The towel station is directly in front of me. And to my left is going to be an expanded sprinkles. And what's so great about this ice cream shop here on Utopia of the Seas is you can see all the ice cream there in front of me. It is not self-serve, they will serve it to you. But they have an ice cream station, and then they have a sprinkles station, so you can get sprinkles on top of that ice cream. So they really are leaning into the definition of the name for their ice cream place on board. You've got some nice shaded area over here around the ice cream area, so if you are looking to get out of the sun, this would be a great place to come and do it. And then we've got 2 more pools here. So you've got a large pool in front of me. Of course, that's a way to get to the lime and coconut. They've got stadium seating up here, so if you are looking to kind of be elevated, kind of look over the pool, you can do that there. Again, a lot more loungers in the shade. And I will say, this pool in particular does get a little bit of shade as well. So if you are wanting a pool kind of more shaded, maybe come check out the pools towards the back of the ship. We'll walk around here really quick and pop out the other side just so you can see that other pool. I will say, outside of the splash pad pool, the other 3 pools on the pool deck do look pretty similar. We'll walk right past here. And we'll come check this out. I also wanted to come out here because there is a brand new food venue out here that is super important that we're gonna see in just a second. So this is the last pool here on the pool deck. And again, you can see the stadium seating beyond there. You can see that plunge pool that we walked past that you get into on deck number 16. And then again, loungers as well as tables, because you might just wanna grab a bite to eat at the Spare Tire. The Spare Tire is a brand new food concept for Royal Caribbean. This is a grab and go food truck. So I'll just walk up here and quickly show you. They've got things like sandwiches, wraps, and it's all pre-packaged and ready to go. They also have mini chimneys that are like raspberry filled. So they've got dessert up here as well. They've got chicken sandwiches. They have a Mediterranean veggie wrap, so they've got a vegetarian option. So lots of really great options here. They've got a water station, which is free, so you can get free water here. And then if you do have that drink package or a drink cup that you have paid for by Royal Caribbean, you can get a soda right here. The soda station is here. One other thing that I think is really cool about this food truck is the hand washing station, which is found at the front of the truck. I think that that's awesome. Don't forget to wash your hands when coming and eating food, because washing your hands helps contain any germs. We are here on the deck 15 aft section of elevators, and this is going to be where the windjammer will be. So directly through this corridor, you're going to have a lot of different buffet stations as well as plenty of seating. They've got all different types of food in here. Of course, they've got food for the adults and for the kids. They've got things like burgers, hamburgers, seafood in here, soups, a really nice salad bar, and tons of seating. This is included in your cruise fare, and the Windjammer is a pretty typical place for Royal Caribbean. So if you are wanting breakfast, lunch, or dinner in a very casual atmosphere, this will be where you will come. As we come out of the Windjammer, there is one additional specialty restaurant up here, and it is the Mason Jar. The Mason Jar is your Southern style comfort food restaurant. They will do brunch on certain days as well as dinner service. This is a paid for restaurant, so this does cost extra. And what I do love about the restaurant is you've got the restaurant to my right, which is right back here. And again, you've got Southern comfort food. So think like pimento cheese, biscuits, gravy, that kind of stuff. And then in the front here, you do have live music in the evenings, and this is kind of a bar. So this is the Mason Jar Bar. They've got great drinks here. Highly recommend you check out the PB&J Old Fashioned. The drinks here are delicious. The music is awesome. And so we are a big fan of the Mason Jar Bar and Restaurant. That was it for deck number 15. Let's continue the tour by hopping down to the next deck. We have come down to deck number 8. Now, between 8 and 15, there are a lot of staterooms, with the exception of a few important venues. On deck number 14, you'll find Adventure Ocean. That is, of course, the kids club on Royal Caribbean. So if mom and dad want a little bit of break from the kids, they can go to 14 towards the front of the ship and find the kids club located there, as well as an escape room that is a paid for opportunity. On deck number 11 and 12, you've got Giovanni's, which is a specialty restaurant that has taken the place of Wonderland, just in case you've been on the other Oasis Class ships. So Wonderland is now Giovanni's, and they have alfresco dining, which is outdoor dining, and the indoor looks really, really cool. They've done a great job with that redesign. Here at the back of deck number 8, you do have the music hall. So right off the elevator bank here, you will have the music hall, which is a live music venue and bar. So of course, there's a lot of different music that will take place in here during your cruise. And this is a great place to hang out. Here on the inaugural, the band Phoenix is here, which I know a lot of people love. But the music hall spans 2 decks. So it's deck number 8 here, and it goes up to deck number 9, where there's a second bar. You can play pool, and you can really enjoy dancing and hanging the night away. And it's just a great place that can be easily missed because it's tucked away back here on decks 8 and 9 in the back of the ship. As we come out of the music hall, we are now going to head into another one of the neighborhoods, which is Central Park. This is not a new neighborhood to Royal Caribbean. It's actually become a staple. Now we find this neighborhood on both Oasis Class and the Icon Class, but it still is one of my favorite places on board the cruise ship. All of the plants out here are living, which is so cool. They have a horticulturalist team on board that takes care of this area. And this area is just peppered with all of these different animal statues that are really cool. You've got shops out here, you've got restaurants, as well as just a number of different really awesome venues. Directly in front of me here is 150 Central Park. This is going to be one of the more fine dining experiences that you'll find on YOUtopia of the Seas. It is kind of farm to table, but it is beautiful, it's elegant, and the food in here is delicious. Definitely get the tableside martini if you are dining in there anytime soon. Directly outside of 150 Central Park is going to be the Rising Tide Bar. So this area, it looks like it's closed right now, but you can see through the glass. This is the bar that moves between decks 5 and 8. So it's like an elevator bar that you enjoy a cocktail while you're traversing the decks there. Chops Grill is another specialty restaurant that is right kind of tucked back here by the Rising Tide Bar. Chops Grill has an indoor dining facility as well as outdoor, and this is of course your place where you can get steaks. So this is your classic steakhouse on board YOUtopia of the Seas. The Trellis Bar is kind of the standard and main bar of Central Park, so you can come here for a lot of delicious and very fresh cocktails. We're gonna take a walk back here next to the beautiful living wall. Again, I love the area back here, it's so beautiful. You see a hippopotamus right there. And there's all these really cute little seating areas kind of scattered throughout Central Park, making it just a really nice place to come and hang out. One new addition to Central Park that we have not seen on an Oasis Class before is the Izumi expansion. I call it an expansion because basically if you can see from here all the way down to the glass enclosure, this is all Izumi. And it's split into multiple sections. So let me kind of explain the different parts of Izumi that you have. You've got Izumi in the Park here, which is of course a pickup window. So you can see that to my right. So you can go there for sushi to go, which is really, really awesome. You have Izumi Hibachi, which is the area, of course, where you can come and have traditional hibachi dinners. Always really fun to do. They've expanded it. There are so many hibachi stations here in Izumi. And then the last section of Izumi is going to be Izumi Sushi. So the sushi restaurant where you can come and just get kind of a la carte menu items. So they've got sushi, they've got noodle dishes, ramen you can get here. So lots of different options when it comes to Izumi. And it's definitely a crowd favorite because they have expanded this to be the biggest Izumi across the entire fleet. There's a few additional shops here. So you've got the collection. These are going to be your higher end shops. So things like fine jewelry, watches will be up here in the collection shops. Again, here is another fun statue. Now this monkey is all around the ship. And from my guess, I would think there has to be something or some kind of theme about monkeying around, because it is, you know, the largest weekend ever. One last venue here is going to be Park Cafe. So this is going to be your fast casual food option here to go. They will have sandwiches here, they'll have soups, salads, and then a seating area indoor as well as outdoor. So that is it for deck number 8. We're gonna again hop down a couple more decks to keep checking out the rest of the ship. We have now come down to deck number 6. Deck number 7 is all staterooms. Deck number 6 has a couple of sections that are kind of chopped up. In the front of the ship, you do have the spa and the fitness center. The spa is beautiful. It has a lot of different services. You can get your nails done there. There's a salon. Of course, you can get things like massages. They did make a major change and they replaced the juice bar that's on all the other Oasis Class ships with kind of an LMS sales counter, so where you can buy spa products. Let me know in the comments what you think of that change. But past the spa, there is the fitness center. So you can see the fitness center is expansive, it's large, there's a lot of different types of equipment, and that's in the front section of 6. The rest of 6 is staterooms until you get here to the aft elevators. So we're gonna walk outdoors to another one of the neighborhoods here on Utopia of the Seas. We're going to check out the Boardwalk. The Boardwalk is again found on all of the other Oasis Class ships. And there's a couple of really great changes that we love in this Boardwalk. As you walk out here, you see a lot of the carousel horses, which are kind of a staple for Royal Caribbean. It's really, really fun to see those. You got the doghouse here and condiment station. So if you do want a hot dog, again, this is casual grab and go food and it is included in your cruise fare. You don't have to pay anything extra for it. You see the carousel right in front of me, which is also free or included in your cruise fare. And then you do have a second arcade down here. So there's 2 arcades on Utopia of the Seas. As we round the carousel, you do see Playmakers, sports bar, and arcade. Playmakers is going to be a place where you can come and get food, so it's a paid for food option. And then of course you do have your sports bar in here, so you've got a bar as well. If you do have something like the unlimited dining plan, which is an option for Royal Caribbean, this is an example of a place you can come and spend $20 per day. So you can grab a thing like a burger, fries, maybe come here for the chocolate s'mores cookie, which I could not recommend more. Might be the best thing on the ship. Directly across from Playmakers is Johnny Rockets. Again, another restaurant that is not included. It is included for breakfast, so you can go there for breakfast for free. But for lunch or dinner, if you want burgers, fries, you have to go and pay a la carte. You do have the Ultimate Abyss exit. We saw that up on deck number 16, the entrance to it. And then back here, there are a couple of additional important things, one being the Aqua Theater. And this is the change that we love on this ship. Every single seat, with the exception of the splash zone in the very front, has a back. That has been one of our complaints about this part of the ship on other ships. On Icon of the Seas, for example, they didn't have a lot of back areas for those of us that like to have backs on our seats. So we love that change. Back here, you do have the rock climbing walls. So there's one here in front of me and then one directly behind me. And then you've got a couple of additional things here for the kids. in the boardwalk, you do have this little play pad area. It's climb and crawl space. And one of the venues that we walked right past and hadn't talked about yet is Sugar Beach. Sugar Beach is going to be your ice cream on board that you can pay for, your specialty ice cream, as well as your specialty desserts and candy shop. They also have a Royal Caribbean kids shop here. So, of course, you're always gonna find extra things to spend money on your vacation, but you gotta decide where you're gonna budget. And will you have a Sugar Beach budget? That's the question when you come on YOUtopia of the Seas. So this is the boardwalk section. There's a couple of additional venues here on deck number 6. The rest of deck number 6, like I said, is staterooms until you get to the front of the ship. We're gonna walk through these doors to see the couple of extra things here. And then deck number 6 is a great area where you can get really nice views of the promenade down on deck number 5 as well. We're gonna head down there next. When we walk inside, to the left or the right, you will have bathrooms. So there is a women's bathroom there to my right. The men's bathroom will be directly across from it. So it's very important to know that because there's not a lot of bathrooms in the boardwalk area. There is a couple of bathrooms right outside the Aqua theater space. Otherwise, those are your next closest bathrooms. You've got the shore excursions decks up here on deck number 6, as well as the focus photo gallery. So if you're looking for your land adventures, you're gonna come up here to deck 6, or if you're looking to purchase pictures that you've taken during your cruise, you can come up here as well. Directly across from there, you will have the Crown and Anchor Society desk. So of course, that is their loyalty program. If you are a loyalty member with Royal Caribbean or you've cruised a lot with Royal Caribbean, you will see their hours posted up there on that screen, as well as during those hours, you can come here and speak to someone if you have questions about your perks, your loyalty status, or anything Royal Caribbean. That's gonna be your concierge for those things. Now we're in the Schooner Bar. If you've cruised Royal Caribbean, you know the Schooner Bar. It is their piano bar. It's their area where they do trivia. It's their area where they make really delicious drinks. And it's always themed so well. I love the theming in here. It's super fun, it's super nautical. And then you got the bar directly there in front of me. A lot of different really great cocktails there. They recently did update their cocktail menu. After the shutdown, they came back with a lot of new drinks. And the drinks here at Schooner are some of the best on the ship. We're gonna continue this tour by taking these stairs and walking directly down into the Royal Promenade. Now the Royal Promenade will give you a bird's eye view here. Directly in front of me, those 4 columns are what hold the Rising Tide Bar. So it is, again, we saw it up on deck number 8. This will be, that pod area will be where it comes down when it comes down to deck number 5. Now, as soon as we come off the stairs here on the promenade, there's one of the most exciting venues and I think anticipated venues that people have been looking forward to here on YOUtopia of the Seas. And that is the Pesky Parrot. The Pesky Parrot is the brand new tiki bar on board. They have a brand new menu, lots of new drinks. And it looks like the Pesky Parrot is here and ready to party. There is the Pesky Parrot right there. You can see there is a class or something going on in here right now, but the Pesky Parrot is definitely a fun area where you can come and get a lot of different types of drinks. They've got cool seating in here. The theming is really on point. And then they do have frozen drinks here as well. So you can see that. I've heard Pesky's Peanut Butter Pina is one of the best drinks on the ship. I have yet to try it, but that's what I heard. They have a photo board here, and they do have a Polaroid camera on the ship. We still haven't found out what you have to do to get your picture on the board. So if you come on YOUtopia of the Seas and you find out, feel free to let me know. You've got the port shopping desk here. So if you are someone that enjoys a lot of shopping or likes to do a lot of duty-free shopping on land, when they are there, those are the people that you will want to chat with about that. They'll tell you the good places to go and buy things like jewelry and the places to avoid. We are now standing outside of the deck 5 dining room. The dining room does span 3 decks, so it's on decks 3, 4, and 5. You will find out which deck you are dining on based on your SeaPass card. So on your SeaPass card, it will tell you which deck to go to for dinner. The dining room here is really beautiful. It's really elegant. You have a lot of beautiful purple colors as well as browns. And then there is the massive chandelier that we did see on Wonder of the Seas that hangs here in the middle of the dining room. So again, massive dining room, 3 stories, one of the largest dining rooms on any cruise ship ever. And something that I do love is these light up columns. I don't believe that I've seen this before. Maybe I have, but I think the light up columns are a really nice touch in here. Gives a little bit more elegant fun. Now, as we walk out of this area, these desks that you see in front of me in the evening are desks where the hosts will have you come so that they can seat you, especially if you're in like my time dining. But if you come here on day 1 and you're looking to get dinner reservations for specialty dining, this main dining room lobby on 3, 4, and 5 will be where you will want to go. You'll want to find a restaurant hospitality desk. A lot of times they'll be at one of those where you can make those dinner reservations for the specialty dining on board. To my right and my left, you do have bathrooms, as well as an entrance and exit to the jogging track. So the jogging track goes on the exterior of deck number 5, very similar to the other Oasis Class ships, but it'll be right outside the dining room will be one of your entrances and exits to get to that track. Across from the port shopping desk, you do have the internet desk. So the Voom internet Wi-Fi desk will be right here. Again, during the hours that are posted there, you can come and chat with someone if you're having any issues when it comes to Wi-Fi. Now let's check out the rest of the promenade. Here on my left, you do have Regalia Fine Watches. So again, more watches and jewelry will be down here on deck number 5. You've got guest services as well on my left. So if you do have any issues while you're on board, you can hop in there and chat with them. Next to guest services is going to be Cafe Promenade. This is going to be your free or included small bites. So things like small sandwiches, cookies, little desserts, and then they do sell some specialty coffees in there. So if you are someone that likes to get some coffees, maybe are not looking for Starbucks pricing, you can get coffees in there for a little bit cheaper. Coming right outside of the Promenade Cafe, you do have this infamous car here and then the YOUtopia of the Seas sign. This is the maiden voyage, so of course there's a lot of excited people on board for a brand new ship. Past that sign, you do see Next Cruise. Don't forget you can use a travel agent and book at Next Cruise. Jared and I are travel agents, so if you want to use us, just head over to jjcruise.com. You can book and get all those perks for booking at Next Cruise while still using your favorite travel agent at home. Accessory place is right in front of me now. This is going to be designer handbags. So if you are interested in things like, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Gucci, Kate Spade, you're going to find those right past these glass doors. The shops are closed today because we are here at Coco Cay. So of course there is no shopping when you are docked at a port. Sorrento's Pizza is the free or included pizza here directly in front of me. So if you are interested in grabbing some late night pizza, which you should do at least once on your cruise, you can do that here. It's normally open till about 2 or 3 a.m. Bell and Barley is the pub on board. So you can come in here and see the awesome design that they have. It makes you kind of feel like you're over in Europe or over in Ireland for a really great time. They got free live music in here in the evenings, and then of course delicious drinks and beers there at the bar. Right outside of Sorrento's in front of me, you're gonna see the Coke Freestyle machines. So again, if you do have a drink package with that drink cup, you can get unlimited sodas there throughout the ship. We're gonna continue to walk here and you see these kiosks in front of me. These are additional opportunities to purchase things here on the promenade. So they'll do different sales here. You'll see like a $10 sale or a $20 sale pop up on these kiosks. And then they do also showcase different things. It looks like we got some sunglasses in here directly in front of me. Solera Beauty is going to be your beauty shop on board. So things like makeup, perfumes, cologne will be able to be purchased there. And directly across from the beauty shop is the Royal Caribbean shop. So this is your massive brand store. YOUtopia of the Seas merch can be found in there. Inaugural season merch can be found in there, as well as all the Royal Caribbean merch that you could possibly want. That's a huge store. Definitely go in there. They have a lot of really cool stuff because this is a brand new ship. You can check that out here in the promenade. You've got the Boleros bar right here. So this is of course the Spanish style bar on board. This is on many Royal Caribbean ships. They've got a dance floor in there. They also have live music in the evening. And that's kind of a staple for Royal Caribbean. Starbucks is directly in front of me. You cannot use your drink package at this Starbucks, but you can pay for the drinks here. So you don't have to go without your Starbucks while you're on your cruise. I've got Spotlight Karaoke next to Starbucks. You have a full bar in here. Of course, you've got the stage, and then you can rent rooms. So your party can rent rooms for private karaoke if you don't want to sing in front of the masses. It's a really, really fun venue, and it is always really fun to rent those small rooms with friends. You can have a good time. You see the giant manta rays in front of me. I think those are one of my favorite art installations here on Utopia of the Seas. It's just really, really cool. You got an ATM right over here outside of Spotlight Karaoke. And then we do have the forward bank of elevators here. So here at the forward bank of elevators, you will have men's and women's restrooms on either side. So I'm gonna just walk over here to show you really quick. Those bathrooms are right outside the theater. Looks like this is men's, women's will be on the other side. And then you do have the running and jogging track that does go around deck 5. We saw the entrance over by the main dining room here, but I did want to just step out and show you kind of the information about the jogging track. So one lap around is about 2,200 feet. You got to do about 2.4 laps to go a mile. Coming back inside here, we walked right past it, but we do have one of the entrances into the Royal Theater. So the Royal Theater does span decks 4 and 5. You've got the show All In, which is an original Royal Caribbean production show in here. But as you can see, this theater is massive. You won't want to miss any of the entertainment on board because the entertainment is spectacular. So that was the Royal Theater. This was deck 5. Let's hop on down to deck number 4. We are now down on deck number 4. So this is the main entrance into the Royal Theater. Again, you're gonna have bathrooms on either side of the theater, just like we saw up on deck number 5. Now this is Entertainment Place. This is another neighborhood here on Utopia of the Seas. You see that the stairs in front of me will take you directly up to the promenade, but we're gonna check out all the different venues that we have down here on deck number 4. There are 2 different casinos here on Utopia of the Seas. This is the non-smoking casino. So you do have a non-smoking area with a lot of different games in here. This is a little bit smaller of an area. This has taken over the place that used to be the jazz club or the jazz live music area on board. And they have kind of switched that room over on all of the different Oasis Class ships. So non-smoking casino in there. And right outside here, we do have the attic. The attic will be your place for late night comedy as well as kind of your nightclub at night. This is also where parties happen. For example, like the frat party takes place in here. It doesn't start till 1 a.m., but if you like playing things like Flip Cup or King's Cup, that's gonna happen in here in the attic. Directly across from the attic, you are going to have Studio B. Studio B is the ice skating rink on board. They are having laser tag in there right now. So they do laser tag in there, they do ice skating, open skating, and you will not, again, want to miss the ice skating show. It was so, so good. There's a lot of fun music and really talented ice dancers that are in this show that you'll want to check out. You have the Diamond Club over here as well, or the Crown Lounge now is what it's called in 2024. So the entrance into that is right there directly in front of me. If you are Diamond, Diamond Plus, or Pinnacle, that will be an area where you can go and hang out. Now I want to talk about one other change that's out here outside of Studio B. On the other Oasis Class ships, you could go left down the hallway and you could get into the casino by the left or the right. Now you can only go right. They have expanded Studio B, made it bigger, and put a box office outside of Studio B here, which I actually like the fact that they have a box office, but that does make this hallway a little bit crowded. So this hallway is the only way to get into the casino. And then this is also your Park West Art Gallery. So for those that collect art, this is where the Park West office is. It's kind of tucked in this hallway. And you can see all of the different art hanging on the walls. So this hallway is for art collectors, as well as those trying to get into the casino. This hallway does get a little crowded, especially after events in Studio B, like Red Nightclub or coming out of the actual ice skating show. But again, it's your only option to get into the casino. The casino on board is quite large. There's a smoking section and a non-smoking section, and there are tons of slot machines, lots of tables to play on, and then there is a massive bar in the casino as well. So if you're interested in finding out more about the casino, we do have a video all on that. But we're gonna take a step outside of the casino now. And as soon as you leave the casino, you are met with the Deck 4 dining room. So we already went in there and saw that, so we will not go back in there. But there are men's and women's restrooms, again, on either side of the dining room in the actual elevator banks. So they are located a little bit different because here in the corridor right off of the elevator banks is YOUtopia Station. YOUtopia Station is the brand new dining experience here on YOUtopia of the Seas. Of course, this is the experience where you board a train and you go in for a specialty meal at wherever the train takes you. Right now, they're doing a country western theme, but they're gonna do things like wine tastings through Napa Valley. They're gonna take you to places like the Silk Road. I think over time, we're gonna see this dining experience develop into one of the coolest dining experiences on board any cruise ship ever. So that was deck number 4. We're gonna hop on down to deck number 3. We are now here on deck number 3. Now deck number 3 only houses a couple of additional venues. You of course have that final level or the lowest level of the dining room here on deck number 3. So your entrance will be right here off of the aft elevator bank. And then you've got the conference center. So if you are here for business meetings or conferences, you will be down here on deck number 3 as well. So that was YOUtopia of the Seas. Let me know in the comments what you think of this video. Do you think the ship is awesome? Do you think that it's the best Oasis class ship yet? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like button if you liked this video. My name is Jordan. This was YOUtopia of the Seas, and until next time, see ya.